Those kids are quite cute, Elias. And speaking of cute kids, there's a new father on the Cardinals football team, and NBA basketball is changing things up a bit. Yeah. If approved, the Dodgers will leave Vero Beach, Florida, nicknamed Dodgertown, where they have held spring training since 1948. He was in California becoming a dad. That's right. Liner and former girlfriend and USC basketball player Bryn Cameron welcomed a baby boy, Cole, into the world Tuesday night. Leinart will be back to practice on Thursday, and no word yet on what kind of signing bonus Cole will want. Jessica may appear intimidating throwing this thing, but don't worry, she collects purses. Mountain View Cheer feels that by becoming a sanctioned sport, they will finally get the respect they deserve, and they are ready to step it up. The Sun Devils did what they could against number 13 Cal, but lost in 3 straight games. Let's check out what they did against the third-ranked Stanford. With the roar of the crowd and your teammates by your side, some people may not realize the mental preparation that goes into competing. Being an athlete may seem like fun and games, but what happens when a stadium like this turns against you? When an athlete is in a game and his home field is hundreds of miles away, it seems like everything is against him when all he wants to do is compete well. ASU sophomore football player Keegan Herring has a system that helps him to stay focused when the opposing crowd is against him.
When people do boo you, it's hard for you to try to get that mindset out of your head. Like when I was a freshman, the mindset was mine. I just had to think about like some of my old games back in the day, like when I won against some other teams.
Sports psychologist Bart Lerner says that focus is one of the main reasons that athletes come to visit him. Lerner has a system that he tells all the athletes to do to help them maintain focus during competition.
The main thing is to always remember that you're playing the very first game, and go back in your mind and remember the best performance that you've had, and kind of relive that every time you step on the field.
Athletes have different strategies to help them mentally prepare before the big game. Herring has a routine that helps him to stay relaxed and focused.
I always go out on the field, like home or away. I go out on the field, like to each end zone, get the feel of that stadium, because you're away, you're not at your house.
Participating in a game is a lot harder than some fans give the athletes credit for. Not only is physical work required, but there is also the mental game to contend with. I'm Becky Holley, Cronkite Newswatch Sports. Finding new ways to keep kids active is a difficult task, but PE teachers in elementary schools are finding new ways to raise involvement in sports at school. In the past, PE catered to athletes. New PE now caters to everyone. Physical education specialist at Chrisman Elementary School, Jim Roberts, says that PE programs are changing for the better.
When you talk about getting away from the highly competitive programs, it's trying to get away from situations where highly skilled kids are going to dominate the lesser skilled kids. We want all kids, that no matter how skilled, how experienced they are, to have a chance to be successful, to enjoy physical activity.
Along with getting the kids active, PE teachers are also trying to teach them why it's important to exercise by creating smaller teams and including everyone. 4th grader Whitney Reed has her favorite PE activity, and she knows why it's good for her.
I like climbing the ropes because usually I can get to the top and it strengthens my upper body.
By grouping similar skill levels together, kids are enjoying PE and not feeling so left out.
And that's ultimately our objective, is to get kids to enjoy activity so that every child that we teach figures out, hey, I like activity.
By challenging the already gifted athletes and letting the less skilled play, more kids are participating and hopefully are setting the stage for healthy lifestyles in the future. I'm Becky Holley, Cronkite Newswatch Sports.